such tales roll, and cities, treasures, even the new god. That's why we should sail west.
Can't sail across an open ocean.
I have something that will change everything.
Velkommen til Filmz TV. Den 4. marts tager HBO Nordic hul på tv-serien Vikings. En serie, der, som titlen antyder, handler om de vilde vikingers eskapader for godt 1000 år siden. I serien finder man blandt andet selveste Gabriel Byrne og svenske Gustaf Skarsgård, Stellan Skarsgårds søn, som mange nok husker som en grufuld bølle i den Oscar-nominerede Ondskab. I Vikings spiller Skarsgård den spøgefulde og gådefulde skibsbygger Floki, som slår sig sammen med seriens hovedperson Ragnar Lothbrok. En viking, som drømmer om at udforske det, som gemmer sig på den anden side af det gådefulde hav vest for Skandinavien. Og som det eneste danske medie havde vi forleden Skarsgård i røret for at tale om hans rolle i serien, som er lavet af folkene bag de historiske tv-serier The Tudors og Camelot, og også de storslåede Elizabeth-film med Kate Blanchett.
He's kind of like the eccentric genius in a way. Like he's this visionary, and he's a boat builder, and he's an artist, and he's a very spiritual and kind of crazy guy, superstitious, and he's very mischievous as well. Like he's a catalyst, you know. He makes things happen out of like necessity or boredom, or sometimes I don't even know what. But he just likes to trigger events. There's this take in the show that these guys, that they kind of believe that they are descendants from the gods. Like Ragnar, he believes that he's a descendant from Odin, and I believe that I'm a descendant from Loki. So that's like one of the takes on the show. So I think like not only is the author inspired by Loki and the creation of Floki, but I also think that Floki himself is inspired by Loki in his view of himself, you know. I think he kind of identifies himself with that god.
It must be interesting also as a Scandinavian in some way, even though Vikings were mostly brutal beasts, but just to be able to release your sort of inner ancient Viking as a Scandinavian must be a lot of fun.
Definitely. And also, like, I would always tease the other guys in the show because since I'm the only Scandinavian in it, I could always, you know, pull the Viking card. I'm like, hey, I'm the only real Viking here. You know? so
But is it hard as an actor to put yourself in the mindset of a Viking in a totally different time and environment, and with the clothes and everything just being so different than what we're used to?
Yes and no. You know, we're always human. You know, first and foremost. Wherever you are, whatever time you're at, you know, that's at least my belief. You know, I don't think we're that different. We all laugh, cry, eat shit, and piss. You know, fuck. You know, so that's what we do as people. So I don't think it's that different. But having said that, it's very interesting to kind of like to dive into this completely different sets of moral and ethics that we don't share today. You know. And that they would do stuff that we would judge or frown upon now that would be morally not okay. So it's very interesting to kind of like see yourself from that and like just think differently. But having said that, once you reach that point, you're still just human, you know.
It's interesting how you get to travel a lot on ships at the moment, also in Kontiki. There's something.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's I do water.
Yeah,
I'm a marine actor.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you as Aquaman in the upcoming superhero film. Yeah.
It'll come.
Yeah. Also, there's 9 episodes coming up, but will there be a second season? Do you know anything about that?
I hope so. I guess it depends on how it's received now, but I sure hope so, because I had a lot of fun doing it, and I wouldn't mind going back to Ireland to keep doing it. The Guinness is great, and the people are nice, and the weather is shit. The weather is shite. Yeah.
2 big plus points and one big minus point. Yeah. But every fantasy or historical series is bound to sort of be compared at the moment to Game of Thrones, especially because both series will be shown on HBO as well. And even in the taglines for Vikings, it says "A storm is coming," which is pretty close to Game of Thrones' catchphrase "Winter is coming." I mean, do you think Do you think that Vikings is good enough to handle that comparison? And do you see any similarities?
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones have things that we will never have, like dragons and wizards and wolves, and you know what I mean. Like it's a fantasy show, so that in itself is hard to compete with. I love Game of Thrones myself personally, so I don't know. You know, I'm gonna keep watching Game of Thrones as well. You don't have to. I don't think you have to choose between the two. But I think it's always been appealing, and especially now. I don't know why, but like the escapism, you know, we need that today. We all want to escape into some fantasy world because life can be tough. And I think the worse the economic crises are, and the more we need Merlin or Winterfell or Floki. Yeah.
But also, I just love to hear, because Peter Weir is one of my all-time favorite directors, and I actually loved The Way Back. I thought it was really, really emotional, powerful, and beautiful film as well. How was it working with Weir?
That was amazing. That was complete. It was just amazing. We were away for 4 months in Bulgaria and Morocco and India, and it was just amazing to see him work and the amount of passion that man has. You know, he was 65 years old at the time, and he broke his knee, or he messed up his knee somehow, and still he would like run around in the desert on crutches, you know, so passionate, and he would inspire everybody to give their uttermost in every aspect to just complete this film. So it was like really, truly inspiring, and just to see how his mind works, and that was a very learning experience.
Who else would you love to work with, in both in Hollywood and in Europe, perhaps?
I would love to work with Lars von Trier, if you're talking about Scandinavia. I would also love to work with Joachim Trier from Norway. I would love to work with Iñárritu. I would love to work with Charlie Kaufman. I'd even like to work with Quentin Tarantino, for the sake of the weighted dialogue. There's so many people I would love to work with, you know, but that's like, it's not up to me, you know. That's the downside of being an actor. It's not up to me. Yeah. I can't choose them. They have to choose me.
But couldn't your father put in a good word with Lars von Trier? I mean, because they're almost always working together.
Yeah, well, I truly hope to work with Lars. You know, eventually, I really hope to.
Cool. And I'm a really big fan of Joachim Trier as well. I think Oslo 31st of August was one of my favorite movies from last year. Just so.
I know, me too. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember after I saw the movie, I went to the toilet afterwards, and I'd sat like through the whole movie. I didn't cry at all, and then I went out and I went for a piss in the bathroom, and then I started crying while I was pissing, like bawling my fucking eyes out while I was pissing. I was like, that's a powerful film. That's the first time I ever written to a director after I've seen a film. I wrote to him straight after that film. I just said, like, I thanked him for the movie, said I loved it, and I'd love to work with him one day.
Another great Scandinavian Viking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Husk, at du kan finde alle vores tidligere Filmz TV-udsendelser på Filmz under Filmz TV-fanebladet, og også på videovideo.dk, i iTunes og via vores gratis video-app.